Welcome to part 2 of our deep dive into electron orbitals. In our last episode, we proved why classical trajectories must be completely abandoned due to the constraints of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Now, we must transition from simple one-dimensional quantum analogies, like the particle in a box, into the true three-dimensional reality of an atomic system. Because an atom features an electron bound to a central nucleus, we cannot treat its probability landscape as a simple linear grid. Instead, we must solve the time-independent Schrödinger equation across all three spatial dimensions simultaneously. This spatial expansion forces us to look deeply at how partial differential equations govern the electronic structure, laying the groundwork for a mathematical framework that reveals the exact origin of atomic shells and subshells. Attempting to solve the three-dimensional Schrödinger equation using standard Cartesian coordinates x, y, and z results in an incredibly convoluted mathematical mess. Because the electrostatic potential energy of an atom depends purely on the radial distance from the nucleus, we must transform our entire coordinate framework into spherical coordinates, designated as r, theta, and phi. Here, variable r represents the true radial distance from the nucleus. Variable theta represents the colatitude or polar angle relative to the vertical z-axis. Finally, variable phi represents the azimuthal longitude angle mapped across the horizontal xy plane. This crucial transformation allows us to exploit the natural spherical symmetry of the atomic system, simplifying our differential operators and making the complex wave mechanics solvable for university-level quantum chemistry. Once our partial differential equation is firmly expressed in spherical coordinates, we execute a powerful calculus technique known as the separation of variables. We assert that the complete electronic wave function psi can be factored into two completely independent mathematical components. This is written precisely as psi of r, theta, phi equals capital R of r times capital Y of theta, phi. In this formula, capital R of r is the radial wave function, which governs how the electron cloud scales outward in space. The second term, capital Y of theta, phi, represents the angular wave function, also known as the spherical harmonics. This mathematical separation allows us to break a highly complex multivariable problem into smaller, independent equations that can be solved systematically by applying boundary conditions. Let us isolate and analyze the radial component of our separated equation. Solving the radial differential equation requires us to enforce strict boundary conditions, ensuring that the wave function psi approaches zero as distance r approaches infinity. This physical constraint prevents the electron from simply escaping the atom. From these boundary conditions, the principal quantum number, designated as n, emerges naturally as a mathematical eigenvalue. The principal quantum number n can only take positive integer values, starting at 1, 2, 3, and continuing upward. This number directly dictates the total electronic energy of the bound state and governs the overall physical size of the electron cloud, mapping out what classical chemists traditionally refer to as electron shells. While the radial wave function determines energy and size, the angular wave function governs the spatial shape of the orbital. The angular equation is solved by analyzing the spherical harmonics, which are the simultaneous eigenfunctions of the quantum angular momentum operators. Specifically, the azimuthal quantum number, designated as L, emerges directly from the eigenvalue equation for the total angular momentum operator squared. This relation is written as L squared operator acting on psi equals L times quantity L plus 1 times h bar squared. For a given principal quantum number n, the azimuthal quantum number L is mathematically constrained to take integer values ranging precisely from 0 up to a maximum of n-1, shaping the underlying subshell topology. The angular wave function requires a final separation of variables to split polar angle theta from longitudinal angle phi. This final step introduces our third quantum number, the magnetic quantum number, designated as m sub L. The magnetic quantum number emerges as an eigenvalue of the angular momentum operator along the vertical z-axis, expressed mathematically as L sub z operator acting on psi equals m sub L times h bar times psi. For any given subshell, m sub L is strictly constrained to take integer values ranging from negative L through 0, all the way to positive L. This quantum number does not change the energy or shape of the orbital in a free field. Instead, it determines its exact spatial orientation in three-dimensional space relative to an external magnetic field. Now that we have derived all three spatial quantum numbers, we can look at what these mathematical solutions actually mean physically. According to the Max Born interpretation of wave mechanics, the wave function psi itself is not a physical substance. It can contain complex numbers. To map physical reality, we must take the absolute square of the function, written as absolute value of psi squared, which yields the true probability density. This value represents the exact statistical probability of finding the electron at a highly specific coordinate in space. An atomic orbital is simply a visual boundary surface drawn around this probability density cloud, traditionally capturing the region where the electron is statistically confined 90 or 95% of the time. College students must carefully distinguish between pure point probability density and the radial distribution function. While the absolute value of psi squared gives the probability density at a single infinitesimal point, the radial distribution function determines the probability of finding the electron within an entire spherical shell of thickness delta r at a given distance from the nucleus. This function is expressed mathematically as 4 pi r squared times radial function r of r squared. Because the surface area term 4 pi r squared is 0 at the absolute center of the nucleus, the total radial probability at the origin drops to 0, even for s orbitals. The peak of this radial distribution curve perfectly matches the exact radius predicted by old semi-classical models, bridging quantum probability with classical intuition. In conclusion, the quantum numbers n, l, and m sub l are not arbitrary labels or empirical rules invented to make chemistry shorthand easier to memorize. They are the rigorous, mandatory mathematical consequences of solving a second-order partial differential equation under realistic spherical boundary conditions. Every single electron in the universe bound to an atom must occupy a state defined by these unique eigen solutions. By treating the electron as a delocalized wave function and separating the variables of space, we unlock the exact geometric boundaries that organize the modern periodic table. In our next episode, we will use this exact mathematical toolkit to dissect the precise topography of these subshells, mapping out the zones of absolute certainty and absolute zero probability, known as quantum nodes.